Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and joining me today, as always, is my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Say hello to everybody, Mr. Curtis.
Oh, why, thank you, Professor. Thank you so much. It is, like always, such a pleasure to be here, to be in your presence.
Wow,
and
way to fucking be original.
To learn from you through the osmosis of your energy.
What? Or by listening to the words I say and also taking notes. That's also a good way to learn.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Mr. Curtis,
I keep detailed logs of everything you say and do.
Yes, we know.
Why are you
also
going
joining
into
us
the
here.
woods and
Hey, sit down. This is a classroom. All right.
I don't know why I feel the need to. I'm sorry. I don't know why I feel the need to stand up all the time.
You really do. Well, you're very short, so it's hard for you to see over the desk if you're not standing.
That's
Professor
true.
has the talking stick. Thank you.
There's no stick.
Yeah, this is just a piece of chalk, but we are in a classroom, so we all know that if you want to ask a question, you raise your hand.
Wait, why do you have chalk? That's my first question. You've never used it once in the entire class.
I just like the way that it tastes.
Oh,
it's the chalk. It's the talking chalk.
Sucking it. Okay, that's great. Cool.
But anyways, joining us also here in the classroom today is, of course, our wonderful student Corbin. Say hello to everybody, Corbin.
Hello, everybody. Corbin.
God, you're so fucking funny.
I know.
Did you feel good about that joke? Huh?
You know what? I did. If I wasn't gonna be a Pokemon trainer, I would be a comedian. I think there's a market in there for me to be a comedian. Maybe
you definitely
get on stage with some Mr. Mimes and kind of have an act going. I think I could pull it off.
Yeah, you definitely have the face for a comedian.
Thanks.
I know. I'm sure you spend a lot of quality time with Mr. Mime, right?
I don't, but my mom does. My mom has one that she hangs out with every now and then. That's from Viridian City. Yeah.
I've noticed this a lot, that a lot of moms have Mr. Mimes.
Really?
With them.
How many single moms do you know?
Well, I mean, just saying, that's the pairing that I seem to see a lot. Like, there's a woman and her kid, but then there's also a Mr. Mime there.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not calling him dad or anything, but it's nice to have around.
I mean, he wants you to call him dad. So if you could do that for him.
I'm sure he's very helpful.
He wants a lot of things. He pulled me out of bed once in the middle of the night without there was no rope. He just pulled me out of bed by mimicking a rope. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. Right?
I'm not going to lie. It was pretty damn cool, but it was also really, really scary seeing a Mr. Mime in the dark pull me with literally nothing. Kind of terrifying. And first of all, I didn't know why he was even there. Was he staying over? Was he helping my mom with something? I don't know.
All right. Well, let's move off of this topic before we say things that we regret, and talk about the Pokemon that we're learning about today, which is, do either of you know?
Madam Ran.
Madam Ran.
Madam Ran is the name that we gave our Nidoran, which then did evolve into a Nidorina. For the last lesson, but that's not the Pokemon that we're talking about this time. Can you give me the name of the Pokemon, please?
Nido Lady.
Nope. It's a little bit higher than that.
Nido Boss.
Nido Boss.
Nido Duchess.
Ooh, is that it?
Nido Countess.
Not Nido Princess.
Nido Baroness.
Nido Squire.
Nido Viscountess.
Nido Squire?
You did say that one, Art.
Oh, okay.
No, we're learning about Nidoqueen. Yeah, Nidoqueen, yes. Is the evolved form of Nidorina, which is the female evolutionary line of Nidoran.
Of course.
Yeah, but, as we always do, I'm sure you guys would like to really get a look at the Pokemon first.
Yes. I've never seen one before. Let's see it. Let's see it.
All right.
Come on.
Here she is.
Oh,
Professor.
Professor.
Yes.
Should we tell? That's still a Nidorina, Professor. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry. Could you not get your Pokemon to evolve?
I'm sorry, Professor. I gave you the wrong Pokeball. I should.
It's okay, Mr. Curse. It's fine. Let me ask you a question. Have either of you two seen a Pokemon actually evolve?
No.
Just one in particular.
Just a Spinarak into an Ariados?
Yeah, but like 1,000 times I've watched it happen.
Okay. Well, I think it'd be very interesting today to see what it looks like when a Nidorina evolves into a Nidoqueen. Now, it's very easy to do this because to get a Nidorina to evolve, all you need to do is use a Moonstone.
Okay, all right.
Yes, it's one of the rare Pokemon that, evolve through interacting with an item.
What is a Moonstone?
A Moonstone is a stone that comes from Mount Moon? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? You're the professor.
I mean, I think that's what... I mean, we all know where Mount Moon is, right? Right next to Pewter
Right, but
Town
isn't Mount
City?
Moon like... Okay, so I remember learning my history class. Wasn't Mount Moon like partially made by like a fucking meteor? Isn't that where like Clefairies or something came from?
Well, we're not learning about Clefairies
But
today.
my whole point is, aren't these rocks, these moonstones, technically from space?
This Moonstone could be.
So let me get this straight. So for thousands of years, before the asteroid hit and Mount Moon was formed, there was just Nidorinas. That was it, and Nidorinos. And then as soon as this fucking thing crashes from space, boom, those fuckers start evolving and everyone's freaking out.
I think... When did the meteor hit Mount Moon? I don't really know.
I don't know. I'm not a history buff. I'm sorry.
I think it's safe to say that, I mean, at least that we can tell from, the extinct Pokemon that we know exist, right? I think Pokemon in general looked a lot different then than they did now. I think there's a lot of differences between, thousands of years ago and now. It's not just the Moonstone. So yeah, I don't think it's crazy to think that, these Pokemon didn't evolve until they reacted. I mean, who's to say? Maybe these Pokemon also come from the meteor that hits hit Mount Moon. Maybe because that's why they evolve when they see it. They have some kind of weird genetic link to it.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Did Nidorina? I mean, I feel like they would have said that in the Pokedex entries if Nidorina or Nidoran came from space.
You would think, but no, they're all like, has spikes and poison.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a stay-at-home Pokemon. It just likes to take care of its kids and do dishes and laundry and,
Yeah.
It chews
cook dinner
up.
is all it's good for.
It chews up food for its babies to eat.
Oh, it seems your Nidorina is getting very, very restless. You might want to.
Oh, so yeah, sorry.
Oh,
yes.
I forgot. No.
Madam
Okay,
Rambo,
first
come
of all,
here.
Nidorinas do not get restless. They're very docile. They're very nice.
I know. She's very
in fact,
sweet.
Yeah. But you're right. Let's go ahead and get them to evolve. So here, let me just go ahead and... All right, here's the Moonstone.
Is it that heavy?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit heavy.
Where did you pull that out of? Was that in your desk drawer?
Where was
Yes, desk drawer. That's where it was.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Hey, Madam Rand, do you see this Moonstone? Here, take it.
That's cool. Yeah. Whoa. This is crazy. I'm sorry I hit the recording device. I got so excited.
Corbin. Take a step back.
Whoa.
Yeah, please.
Whoa.
Don't hit the recording
Should I
device.
touch them? What's happening? I don't understand.
No, do not touch a
Will I
Pokemon
fuse with
while
them
they're
or something?
evolving.
Or what's gonna... Whoa! Look at this big bitch! Whoa!
Well, that's rude.
Whoa!
Hey, that's still the same Madam Ram I know and love.
Madam Ran is
Yes,
wow, what a queen. Look at this big lady.
Definitely. Yas Queen.
Yes. That's a big lady. Ooh, she looks good.
Yes.
Come here,
Madam
Madam Ram. You're such a sweetie.
All right, so let's do what we always do. Tell me, what do you notice here different between a Nidorina and a Nidoqueen?
Boobs.
No,
okay.
no, it doesn't have boobs.
White boobs.
Those are armor platings, not boobs.
They're kind of shaped like breasts, if I'm being honest.
I mean, yes, but they don't, do the general function that boobs normally
Have you?
do.
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you tried?
I don't need to.
Have you
because
tried to
there's
milk a
extensive
Nidoqueen?
research.
There's a first for everything. Mr. Curtis, we have a new task for you for the class.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Mr. Curtis, how about this, Mr. Curtis? You get all up in there.
No,
See what you can get.
Yeah,
See what
no,
you can harvest.
I think if somebody wants to try and suckle at the teat of a Nidoqueen,
I didn't
think
say suckle. I said
that's
milk.
That's for you, Corbin.
I
Get
am
in
not.
there.
Look, that's literally like I'm pretty sure I could be locked up for trying to suck a. You know what? Let's just move on, Professor.
Again, they're not boobs. All right, they're armor platings. Okay.
And she's much bigger.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a
definitely
beefcake.
hefty for sure.
Hey, she's a delicate flower.
Mama
Well,
thick.
definitely not. Definitely not.
Don't make don't make Madame Ram self-conscious about herself now.
She's got a lot more spikes down her back, it seems.
Yes, and actually, you may notice that the horn on her head is back.
It is.
You remember?
Hello, horn.
Nidorina did not have a horn.
Hello. She also has a little bit of a white tummy, and I just can't stop staring at how big her tail is. I know it sounds kind of weird, but huge honking tail.
Yeah, definitely crush you underneath that tail.
Yes.
Not even trying.
Yes.
But I don't think a Nidoqueen, Nidoqueens definitely would not be upset being called, hefty or large or whatever, because as we'll see from the Pokedex entries, is that they use that very well to their advantage. And in fact, the larger and heavier a Nidoqueen is, the more able they are to protect their young, which is, what Nidoqueens are all about.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and put Madame Ran right back into her Pokeball.
Bye, madam. I'll miss you so much, you big, fat, lovely lady.
This Pokeball is so much heavier now. Oh,
Is that?
gosh.
I don't think that's a thing. I mean, you could.
You're right.
You could
It does
capture a whale lord, and it wouldn't matter, right?
You're right. The Pokeball, the Pokeball technology does transform matter into energy in the form of light. So you're right. It has no weight in that it is not.
Right. Exactly. I knew
matter.
that. I'm smart.
But yeah, I mean, listen, we could spend a whole lesson talking about the science and physics that go into Pokeballs, because it's a modern marvel that we are able to get them to work like the way they are. But okay, I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. What we should be talking about are the Pokedex entries for Nidoqueen. Who's ready?
Me,
Professor.
Good. All right. I see we have a consensus. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. Starting with the Kanto region. Its hard scales provide strong protection. It uses its hefty bulk to execute powerful moves.
Ooh.
Yeah, see. Already we're getting into like how it can use its hefty bulk.
Big woman.
Yeah,
It's
not an
got it.
insult.
It throws some weight behind those punches.
Yes.
Definitely. Next one says, tough scales cover the sturdy body of this Pokemon. It appears, again, I hate that. Just verify it. There should never be the word "it appears" or "maybe"
Not
in a
everything is proven.
confirmed Pokedex entry. Well, then don't put it in the Pokedex.
That's right.
All right. It appears that the scales grow in cycles. Does anybody want to take a stab at what they think that means?
Yeah, so when a Nidoqueen rides a bicycle, the scales get bigger.
No. Curtis, give it a shot.
I would say, I know the Spinnerax and the Ariodoses tend to like shed their
We
skin.
can never
Shed their skin every
go
once
in
in
a lesson without hearing him talk about his dumb Spinnerax.
And so instead of like doing a full body shed all at once, like they do, I imagine the Nidoqueen probably loses her scales in cycles.
So like she loses the one on her heads in summer and the ones
Right.
on her tail in winter, and
Yeah, or
the
she'll
rest
go
of them.
every couple months. She'll start to like shed some of the scales, and then
okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, whatever. I mean, hey, listen, I'm no Pokemon expert. The next one here says,
I mean, you are the supreme Pokemon expert.
He's no Professor Palm, but he's okay.
well, I mean, who can be Professor Palm? You're right, Mr. Curtis. I just wanted to hear you say it. It just makes me feel good when other people say that I am a Pokemon expert. Anyways, this next Pokedex entry here says, its super hard, needle-like scales stand up when excited.
Ooh.
It uses its hefty bulk for performing powerful moves. So when it's excited, its quote-unquote needle-like scales stand up on end.
Huh. Okay.
That's
Okay.
interesting. That's hard. I haven't actually seen that, and it's hard for me to picture.
Pretty good defense mechanism.
Well,
Yeah, I
Madame
guess.
Ram is so chill,
Yeah.
she'd never.
Of course.
It rarely happens, true. Alright, let's move on to the Johto region. Its body is covered with needle-like scales. It never shows signs of shrinking from any attack.
What does that mean? Like
So, like,
scales?
you'll never catch Nidoqueen flinching.
Oh, that meant
Right.
like the scales were shrinking. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. So it
No,
doesn't. Okay. That's good.
Yeah,
to know.
so, like, you'll never, like, you know how you fake a punch, right? And if somebody flinches, you're like, oh, that's 2 for flinching, and you give them 2 punches.
Yes.
That'll never happen with Nidoqueen. She will not budge an inch.
Yeah, yeah.
Nidoqueen is there, and she will be. She's ready to take that punch.
Yeah, she's like, if you're gonna hit me, you're gonna hit me. I'm
She don't
gonna
give
take
a
it.
fuck. She's a badass bitch.
Yeah. The next one says he uses its scaly, rugged body to seal the entrance of its nest and protect its young from predators.
That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably just find like a big rock and push it in front of, but Nidoqueen is like, nope, I'm using my body.
Nidoqueen's too lazy to use strength. That motherfucker just wants to block it herself.
Yeah. Okay, the next one says, the hard scales that cover its strong body serve as excellent protection from any attack.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Fair.
yeah, I think I'm right in that.
Any attack.
Yeah, it never shows signs of shrinking. Wait, no, yeah. It serves as an excellent protection from any attack.
Okay.
True.
Any attack, like earthquake.
Well, I mean, yes, I could definitely see it, protecting it from earthquake. Now, there are attacks that do target, like, the mind, right? Like confusion, right? That's like a psychic ability that, messes with the opponent's mind. I don't think Nidoqueen's scales would protect her from that.
Probably not.
I don't know if they said any attack.
I did say any attack. Maybe they have some kind of, like, anti-telepathy.
No, I don't know if that's the case, considering Nidoqueen is a poison type or part poison, and they are weak to psychic.
Well, but I mean, it says her scales protect from any attack.
Well, I mean, they could be wrong. Professor Elm's an idiot, so.
Wow, that's harsh words from somebody who doesn't even know about every Pokemon.
I just, look, clearly based on the typing, we know that's not true. Elm, you're an idiot. If you want to come fight me, I'll be outside of the Saffron City school.
When you
give him a date and a time.
We'll worry about that later. Just keep going.
No, I would give him a date and a time.
Professor
I want to
Elm,
see you
tomorrow. Me, you, outside the school, 3 p.m. Let's go.
Okay, all right. And then hopefully Professor Elm will watch this lesson the day that it comes out.
Possibly.
Oh, I'll tag him on Twitter.
Good. Okay, good.
The bird Pokemon themed social media site that we use.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Professor Elm, if you're not a little pussy bitch, you'll come fight this 10-year-old outside of my classroom.
Yeah. Come on, bitch.
All right. Let's move on to the Hoenn region. Nidoqueen's body is encased in extremely hard scales. No fucking way.
Oh yeah.
It is adept at sending foes flying with harsh tackles. This Pokemon is at its strongest when it is defending its young. Because again, it's a mom. Like all the other female Nidorinas, Nidorans, and Nidoqueens. It's a
mommy. It's a mommy.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually does it for the Hoenn region, which is kind of crazy. Normally they have a little bit more. But let's go ahead and move on to the Sinnoh region. There's only one here, too, and it's pretty short.
Okay.
Its entire body is armored with hard scales. It will protect its young in its burrow with its life.
Ooh.
Well, as a mother should.
Is there anybody that either of you would protect with your life?
Probably my mom. Obviously.
Anyways, that does it for the Sinnoh region. Also, there's only repeats in the Unova, Kalos, and Alola region, unfortunately.
Alola let us down this
know.
week.
They do not give a fuck.
Damn.
But oddly enough, Galar does have 2 Pokedex entries here for us, so let's go ahead and read them. Nidoqueen is better at defense than offense. With scales like armor, this Pokemon will shield its children from any kind of attack.
Love it.
That one I believe. That one it could definitely like be any kind of attack.
Yeah.
Right?
They're beefy.
All right, they're beefy. They are hefty and bulky as we say here in the Kanto region.
Love it.
All right, the next one says it pacifies offspring by placing them in the gaps between the spines on its back.
Well, that's
the
cute.
spines will never secrete poison while the young are present.
Oh,
so,
that's interesting.
That's cute.
Yeah, interesting that, has never talked about the fact. First of all, it's never even mentioned the spines on this Pokemon's back at all.
I know.
And then
Well, it
it's
talked
also
about the needle-like scales, right?
But that's the whole
not
body.
same thing
That's
as
the whole
spines.
body.
Yeah, those are different. Unless that's what you thought they. Do you think that that's what they mean by needle-like scales?
Yeah, that's what I thought they were talking about.
Oh, I thought they were talking about just like just that the body is scaly, right? And then that when it's excited, they stand on
I think
end.
Curtis is right. I think that makes more sense to talk about because I mean that wouldn't make
Well, they
sense.
because they talked about having armored hard scales, and that I assumed on the body, and then the needle-like scales were the spines.
I think you're right.
But it says this Pokedex entry says it's super hard needle-like scales, so they're also
yeah, the
could be
scales
right.
that look like needles on its back. Those are the ones it's
But
talking
those aren't
about.
scales. Those aren't scales. Okay,
I think
those
they
are just
are.
horns.
They're horns, they're thorns, they're spikes,
Spines,
they're whatever.
and-
They've called them 100
Listen,
different things.
spines, thorns, horns, and spikes. All right, those are all those all like define the same thing. A scale is completely different,
Well, it's not.
right?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know. The fact, okay, this in the Galar region, it is the first time that they
Okay,
talk about spines.
What did it say? What did it say that it puts the babies on in between its what?
Between the spines on its back.
Okay. Well then,
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Curtis, were you gonna say something, or are you conceding to me being right?
I mean, I would never dare argue with you when you've made your point.
Okay, good.
Good.
I was worried you had forgotten your place.
Oh,
Yikes.
no, sir. No, sir. What
Okay.
you say goes, Professor.
All right, so that does it for the Galar region and all of the regional Pokedex entries. Let's go ahead. There is one unique Pokedex entry here. Let me read that. It comes to us from May's Pokedex. It says, Nidoqueen, the drill Pokemon.
Ooh.
Nidoqueen has, I know it's not Poison Point.
Wait, what was
so really,
what was Nidorina?
Poison Point.
What was Nidoran?
Poison Point.
Okay.
And then this one's drill. So if there wasn't that last Pokedex entry from the Galar region that talks about, it's secreting poison, we would have, there would be no indication that Nidoqueen actually can produce poison.
Well, other than its moveset, but yes, based on the Pokedex entries, no.
We don't learn about Pokemon based on their moveset. We learn about
Well,
Pokemon
we
from the
should.
Pokedex
I'm
entries.
going to be a trainer. I have to know what moves that they can use. Let's go back to lesson 1.
Okay, all right, so the Pokemon that we're learning about today is Bulbasaur. Instead of reading the Pokedex entries, we're going to read what moves it can learn one by one.
Okay, that's fine. Let's do it.
All right, Tackle,
Uh-huh.
Growl,
Okay.
Scratch,
All right.
Leech Seed, Poison Pin.
That's for
Toxic.
right.
Scratch again.
And those are all the moves for Nidoqueen. Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Headbutts, Horn
That
Drill,
was-
Earthquake.
Okay. Okay, so
you
that's
want
it.
some-
That's it for Nidoqueen, right? All right, sweet. So
That's it for
now that
Nidoqueen.
we've
Okay,
caught
cool.
up on the last 31 Pokemon's movesets,
Yes.
it's
Does
taken
anybody,
us... How long has it been, Mr. Curtis?
It has been about 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone want any snacks?
I could
or
definitely
anything?
use a snack. What you got?
Yeah,
What you got
okay.
for us, Mr. Curtis?
Here, I've got some freeze-dried orange berries over here, and I've got I have some poffins that my
I'll take
parents made me.
Oh, wait,
Here,
your
let me see
parents?
what I. Yeah, remember I told you they used to feed me poffins as a child. They still do. They do still send me some. every
Again,
once
those
in
are
a
for
while.
Pokemon, but okay.
I'll take a freeze dried orange berry actually, if you could.
I'll take one
Okay.
too. Please. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna. I'm
Oh
gonna.
yeah, here you go.
Thank you.
Here's.
And I
And you
have
know
some,
what?
Thank you.
I have some
I'm gonna-
Pidgey jerky here.
I don't want... That's just rude. I don't want that. That's mean. I don't want to eat a Pidgey.
Well, it's already dead. All right. So if you don't eat it, its body goes to waste.
That's a
Is
good
that what
point.
you want?
Let me get that Pidgey. Let me get that Pidgey jersey.
Oh, here we go. Yep. I'll just
That-
rip open
Okay,
the
it did
package. Here's some
Thank
here's some jerky for you there.
Thank
go
you.
Go right for it.
Oh my god, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
Mm,
good
okay.
Pidgey. Bye, Pidgey.
Gotta keep that energy up.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
man, it's more tender than you would think.
I know. It's
Oh,
good
yeah.
though, right? But like, hey, my mom's probably wondering
right.
where I am. Can we get on with the lesson? Let's go.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. What were we talking about 12 hours ago? Oh, that's right. We were literally in the middle of May's Pokedex entry. I guess I'll read that again. Nidoqueen, the drill Pokemon. Nidoqueen has thick skin covering its entire body, protecting it from whatever techniques are used against it.
Okay.
So, like, pretty much every other Pokedex entry, if
course.
you remember.
Of course.
Okay, so that does it for all of the Pokedex entries. Of course, as I always do, I have an uncredited, unsourced article here for us to read with a critical eye and see what we think of it. Nidoqueen is a large bipedal blue Pokemon. Its body is encased with extremely hard scales that serve as excellent protection from any attack and stand up when Nidoqueen is excited or provoked. Okay, I mean, we see right there, it says that the same scales that are all over its body also stand up.
So repeat
when
that
it's
again.
excited
What
or
did it say?
provoked. That was redundant. You don't need to say repeat again.
Can you repeat that one more time again, please?
No, okay, that was even more redundant. Sure, I'll read it. Its body is encased with extremely hard scales that serve as excellent protection from any attack and stand up when Nidoqueen is excited or provoked.
So it is the full body. That is correct. You're right.
Yes.
Because again, in one of the
has-
earlier entries said it referred to the spines on its back as, well, spines. So
No. It never mentions the word spines until the Galar region.
that's my point. I'm saying, like, so there's spines, then there's scales. So we know that the pointy things on its back are spines. So that's
Yes.
I'm confirming what you've said, Professor. For once in my life, I'm
Good.
agreeing with you.
Now, didn't
and so you would say, wait, Mr. Curtis. So, Corbin, you would say that I'm right?
This time, maybe. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I want to hear you say it.
No.
Say I'm right.
No.
If you say I'm right, hey, maybe I'll let you take home Madame Ran this time.
Oh, really? Okay, a second Pokemon to take home from my collection.
Yeah.
Professor Jacob, you are
Yes.
you are correct.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, that's all I need.
Mr. Curtis, I think he might evolve too. Holy shit.
No, I'm sorry. Calm down. We have much more to read here. It has a blunt snout, narrow brown eyes, and large ears with brown insides. There is a small horn on its forehead, a single spine on each ear, and a line of toxic spikes running down the length of its back.
Yes.
So spines, spikes, Pokedex doesn't mention any spikes.
Pricks,
So, hey,
whatever you want to call them.
needles. Each hand has 3 short claws, and each foot has 2 claws. Its lower jaw and the front of its abdomen and 2 plates on its chest are cream-colored. It has a thick, powerful tail. And Nidoqueen is a female-only species. Yes, we know that. Nidoqueen can be quite fierce and is very protective of its young. The Pokemon is at its strongest when it's defending its young, and will try to seal the entrance to its burrow to protect them. It also places its young on its gaps between... Wait. It also places its young on its gaps between its gap spikes. Whew! That is an interestingly worded sentence.
That was bad.
Nidoqueen is more adaptive at being defensive than offensive. Nidoqueen's scales, like armor, allow it to defend its children from any attack. Man, this article is really going downhill the more I read.
What if Mr. Curtis wrote it?
Yeah, it does seem like that. Mr. Curtis, did you write it?
No, I didn't. But I have been doing some editorial work for a couple of small time Poke publishers.
Okay.
So it wasn't this one, but it does look to be my style.
Well, maybe sometime. You know what I think would be really, really good for us as a classroom, and especially Mr. Curtis as a budding Pokemon professor. When he eventually gets there. I think maybe one of these lessons, instead of me reading an article from some random place that I found, reading one that Mr. Curtis himself sent to me. I think that would be a lot of fun for all of us.
No.
That's right. Oh, I could send you all sorts of articles about Spinarak and Arya.
Okay, let's move on to Nidoqueen stuff.
Okay. Sorry. When in contact with foes, it can poison them with the spikes from its back or cause small tremors by slamming the ground. Never says that in the Pokedex, so we have no idea if that's true or not. It is also adept at sending foes flying with harsh tackles, and it uses its hefty bulk to execute powerful moves. being the result of evolution via evolution stone. We saw that in person.
We did.
So, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I was there for that. I remember that.
Nidoqueen, I was there!
Yes.
Nidoqueen is rarely found in the wild, though they can be found in savannas and plains. Okay.
Again,
does
why
it.
are Nidoqueens on an aircraft? What would be the rationale? Are they flying from one region to another? I don't get
Well,
it.
they're just as soon as they evolve from a Nidoran into a Nidorina, and then subsequently a Nidoqueen, of course, they all get their pilot's license, and they really feel just naturally, like, they just feel that they should be in the air naturally.
Wouldn't think that because
no, you idiot! It's a plane is a type of landscape. It's a type of biome. You
like
fool!
A big field.
like a
a
meadow.
Nuance.
Like a meadow.
Yeah, like a savanna.
Right. Who's Savannah?
Oh god. Okay, that does it for all the information that we have on Nidoqueen. I think it's time to take a pop quiz.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yes, go ahead and put away your Pokedexes. Make sure you bring out your Rotom laptops.
Yes.
A calculator, some pens and pencils, a ruler. And I think that'll do it. I think that'd be good enough for today's quiz. All right, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Mr. Curtis.
Yes, sir, Professor.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, question number 1. While Nidoqueen prefers to defend, she will in certain cases attack. When are her attacks the strongest? Alright, both of the answers are in. Okay, so the question was, in what situations are Nidoqueen's attacks the strongest? Corbin responded with, strongest attacks when she defends her children. And Mr. Curtis wrote, Nidoqueen's hulking attacks are the strongest when she is protecting her children from danger. You guys are both correct. Of course, Nidoqueens have extremely strong protective instincts, and therefore that they will be their strongest when they are protecting their young. Kind of like, how they say, a mom can lift a car off of her child if it's on there thanks to, hormones or whatever. I'm assuming that's a similar thing. Okay. Question number 2. What is Nidoqueen's body covered in that allows her to withstand any attack? Alright. Oh, goodness. Okay, we have both of the answers in. The question, of course, is what is covering Nidoqueen's body that allows her to withstand any attack? Corbin wrote, armor plates. And Mr. Curtis wrote, ultra-hard scales cover Nidoqueen's body and protects her from any attack. So the answer is scales.
Well, armor-plated scales, it's implied.
Armor plate can be anything. I'm not quite sure that really translates to scales there, Corbin.
Let me just clarify. There we go. Armor-plated scales.
Okay, so you have changed your answer, which is an automatic 0 on
Well,
this question.
I mean, I can hear on. Let me change it back. Let me change it back.
That has been a class rule.
It is a class rule. Listen, you can go
okay.
back.
Armor-
I've said it multiple times.
All right, I switched it back to armor plates.
A twice edited answer makes it so you lose points.
Well, shit.
Actually,
Let me go back to the
So-
first edited answer. Armor
don't-
plated scales. Okay. Cool.
And a third edited answer, I think, means you're out. That the 3 strikes, you're out. I think. So,
Well, shit. Fuck.
I know you sat
All
through
right,
this
Corbin.
12-hour lesson for nothing.
Let me just delete the whole answer then, I guess.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Listen, I'll give you half points.
That's fair. That makes sense. Okay.
Half points, because I'm not heartless. Question number 3. How does Nidoqueen seal the entrance of her burrow? I feel like we've been waiting hours. Oh, God. Here, you know what? Let me go ahead and read all the Pokemon moves again. I'm sure that we'll be done with that before Mr. Curtis is done giving us his answer.
Please respond today.
Oh my god, there we go. Alright, so the question was, how does Nidoqueen seal the entrance of her burrow? Corbin responded with its own body. And Mr. Curtis responded with, Nidoqueen seals the entrance of her burrow. Burrow. With her own super tough body and scales to protect her sweet youths. Yes, you are both correct. She uses her own body. Her own bulky,
Beautiful,
large
thick
body.
mama body.
Thick with 3C as body.
Yes.
Okay, last question. Super easy. True or false? Nidoqueen can control when she secretes poison from her spines. True or false? An answer from Corbin, and it's just a one-word answer there, Mr. Curtis. It's just very quickly. If you know it, you know it.
If you don't, you don't. Just say you don't know it, Mr. Curtis. If you're taking
fine,
this long,
it's fine.
If you don't taking this long, you clearly don't know the answer.
I have to make sure that the answer is correct and fully correct and not missing anything and just up to my standards.
Okay.
How many times do you think he types out an answer and then deletes it all and then types it out again and then deletes it?
Probably twice an answer.
Anyways, both of the answers are in. The question was true or false. Nidoqueen can control when she secretes poison from her spines. Corbin responded with true. And Mr. Curtis responded with true. This is best demonstrated by Nidoqueen's ability to not potion her youths when she sets them in the gaps between her back spines.
Okay.
I mean, the answer was true. You could have really said anything after that.
Yeah, it's implied.
Yeah, so you guys are both correct that the answer is true. And so that does it for today's quiz.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, very nice.
You know, Corbin, if you had gotten 100 on that quiz, then I would have given you Madam Ran to take home.
Really?
With you,
Would you have?
Yeah. I mean, there's no way of knowing, but probably would have. Maybe.
Fuck.
Maybe not.
God damn it.
I mean, I had already started the adoption paperwork, but I guess I'll just have to get that shredded now.
Yeah, go ahead. Just here. I did get this brand new shredder that plays some lovely theme music when you shred it. So go ahead and put in that paper there, Mr. Curtis.
Here it comes.
Ooh, I like that tune.
I love that tune. It's so nice.
Why don't we shred more stuff? I like that.
Okay. Well, maybe next time. Maybe we can do it while we're talking about the next Pokemon. Do either of you guys know who that is?
Mr. Ran.
I'll give you a hint.
Mr. Ran.
It's one that we have technically already talked about.
Oh, Caterpie?
No, it's Nidoran.
Oh.
You were right. It's Nidoran male, which has completely separate Pokedex entry with different, descriptions and things. Completely different evolutionary line. But yeah, that's what we will be talking about next time. But until then, if you guys have any questions for me, not you two can, ask me questions whenever the hell you want to. But for those of you listening at home, you can send me a Gmail, which of course stands for Gengar Mail, at wwopokemon@gmail.com. If you don't have a Gengar Mail, that's fine, no trouble. You can contact me on the Bird Pokemon themed social media website, also known as Twitter, at WWOPokemon on there as well. But that does it for today's lesson. So until next time, class is dismissed.
Welcome to the World of Pokemon is a part of the Pokecasters Network.